Hallo Jelle, hallo, hallo. Good evening.
Maybe ice.
We're just waiting for everyone to join, so give it 5 more minutes. Alrighty guys, let's start. So for those that's gonna join late, you guys can watch the live. Thank you, Joseph. Evening, everyone. Alright, so first things first, as a new trader or a beginner, it is something that I struggled with a lot was identifying support and resistance zones and understanding which ones are key levels. So the first things you're going to want to do is you want to educate yourself on support and resistance zones, and you can do it on any time frame that you like. So when you want to do these support and resistances, you want to do it on a higher time frame because it gives you a bit more data to the left, right? So that is one of the most important things. And the other thing is you need to identify in which market are you currently. Are you in a bull market or are you in a bear market? All right. So if you look at the weekly, nothing special. We're just in a bull market, right? So then when you come to the lower time frames, you will notice we are turning into a bear market, which means a downwards movement of the market. And two things that really pointed out for us first is the double top that we see. So and speaking about double top, number three, the third thing you're going to want to learn in the beginning is your chart patterns. Now, I personally only use double tops, double bottoms, triple tops, triple bottoms. I use bear flags, I use bull flags, and I use the head and shoulders. Those are my three main ones, and I stick to that. There's many others. There's millions of chart patterns, but these three are the most respected, in my opinion, over the last 2 years. So what we have here is, let me just get my pen for you guys. En nou is hy weer weg. So first things first, when you sit down, you want to identify in what market are you currently. Now we got this nice double top here, which is indicating price will at least come down to this level, right? And this is what you guys exactly saw. Price came to this level right here. So currently we are in a bear market. On the 4 hour, it's turning to a bear market, to a downward market, so we can easily catch it, move still from the top downwards, and this is indicating that it will come down a lot. So when you target a double top like this, there's one thing that's very important to this double top, and it's this area here. It's this specific area here. And this is a valid area for a very long time, so you can pull your block. So what I'd like to do is, where you guys see full candles closed above, there was wicks till about here, okay, with the full candle closed here. So this is called a neckline. Alright, so this is a neckline, and this will tell you if the double top's being respected or it's going to continue moving downwards. It hasn't completed its journey downwards, or it's going to go back up and make maybe a triple top, then come down. So this is the first key level, turning from this massive bull market coming downwards. So this is first indication that we are going into a bear market. And what we do is, you're gonna wait for a pullback to this, a retest to this block, which is kind of what we are seeing in a way, but we're also not seeing it yet, which is actually making it very strong, to show that the sellers are very strong here. So what needs to happen is this. You kind of want to see a retest to this level. Once you see a retest to this level, we're either going to come down, and if it comes down, it will come down a lot further, like till there. But now if it breaks it, you want to see a pullback, and then respecting it, then you know you're at least going back to the top side. Okay, so those are the key things when you're trading this setup that we have here currently. All right, so is this is your key level, is this is your neckline. And not only is this a neckline, just above it is a fair value gap, and this also will fall into the golden zone if my eye is not shut. So let's put in the FIP. We'll get to the FIP on a later stage. So yeah, this is just above the golden zone area. Okay, but we'll get to the FIP on a later stage. Now, but identifying your key support, key resistance, and so forth. So let's go back. So we are identifying that the market is turning bearish, right? Not only we have the neckline, we also have the two moving averages crossing with each other. This is the 100 and the 55. Don't stress about this too much. We'll get into this in the next session. But the technical things you can look at is that, and then we also have this area here. Now be careful here. So when you draw support or resistance, like you see, price didn't want to break above here, okay? So which means that this is a resistance, right? But now if you get more experienced, more advanced, it's actually here that you wanna look at it, because this was just a normal movement up, and price didn't want to break below this level. So what happened was, when price broke below or got here, it rejected it, went up, and then we saw a big bear candle breaking it. Okay, so now what we have here, so this is actually your block you want to pull, and once it broke it, it struggled to get back, right? Can you see where the full body's closed? So that's like going to be the bottom of your block that you want to pull. And then when it did, it took a big candle to break it. Now the powerful part of this thing is, if we had to pull it now all the way to the right. Okay. So because price is above, this is a support. So because price is coming from the top to the downside, this is a support level, which means the first time it touches it, we will start seeing rejections. This is not just a level. Price is not going to continue drop like this down. Okay, so we have that. So we have it rejecting here, not once, twice, but 3 times. Remember, this is the 4-hour candles. So if we have to pull this on the 5-minute, which I know you all love trading so much on, you will actually see here how many times. Here's the 1, 2, 3, but look how many 5-minute candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then went up, came back, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a pretty good strong support, and which tells us price will continue back up a bit. Okay, so now that you have that level, I'm going back to the 4-hour. You will see how beautiful this is. When it came to broke it, it broke it. Now this is one key thing you always want to look at, and this makes it a valid break. Price broke it, and then it came back to this level. You guys remember the same I said, if price come here, we want to see a pullback and then it will go. So now the same happened here. Break it, pull back, because once it breaks a support level, it now becomes the new resistance automatically. Once it breaks it, it's the new resistance, right? Now step 2 is it a verified resistance? And what verifies it as a resistance, and for you to know with confidence that market will move down now from here, is the pullback. So first, after the break, you have a pullback. Then you will have a continuation. You guys see the same that I said must happen if price want to go back to the top. The same happening here will need to happen here. Okay. Now, it's after this pullback, it respects its new resistance, which was its support all the time. Because if you look to the left, it was its support here. Now it's broken, and it's now its resistance. All right. Now, look here. We have a retest. This is a retest. Okay, so it's coming for a retest to see how strong the sellers are, right? And if the sellers are still holding. If sellers are not still holding, they would easily break above this, and big potential sellers won't climb in because this level is getting broken, right? So it retested once, went back down again, came to retest it again twice, went down, came to retest it again 3 times, came to retest it again 4 times, came to retest it again 5 times. So this resistance has been verified 5 times. So this is becoming a key level at this moment because we are at an all-time high. This is the only data we have. We don't have data to the left, as you guys can see. So this is the only data that we have. Okay, so this is a very key level. So so this is now seen as a resistance currently, and you guys will see what happens here. It does not close full body candles. Can you see how powerful this is? Look, just imagine how powerful all this data is. All this data is coming from here. Because if you can understand the market correctly, you will see that your resistance isn't here, or your support isn't here, but it's here. This is the level. Now, just because we have noticed this in the beginning, or back when we looked for data, this is the only data we have to the left, and I noticed this, so this became the support zone. Right? So this became the key level, this, not above here. A lot of people will tell you it's there. It's not there. This is not the resistance, okay? This is not the support. So the key level falls like in between where these candles close. And why? Price, when all in this bull movement, price tried to come down, they couldn't, right? So this became a support level. Then it went, and then look at the big candle breaking it. This is the big candle breaking the support, and now it became a resistance, and it pulled back. But what gave it away that it's going to break back, it didn't do a continuation. Did a nice pullback, but never did a continuation. But still, it respected it with a pullback, and then it broke it with this big candle to the upside, and price continued going up. So now, just because we have this data, and we are educated, we knew if we just pull it, that this is now so strong, look there, that not one candle has closed above our resistance, and it's just weak. This is trying to show you how it wants to break it, you see. And what we have here is a breakthrough. Here's the pullback. You see, same, it broke through, pullback, and then continuation, but it didn't. But now here we have the continuation, and then we have a retest. Okay, so it's very important to look for things like this. A lot of people will teach you guys wrong, where support is just at the bottom, or support resistance is just at the top. So because I could see this, look how many nice entries we had, and trust me, I used it every single time on the VIP. So currently everything is showing us the market still wants to come down. First thing to show us that the market is no longer coming down is it needs to break our key level, a key resistance. So can you guys understand how important it is? Right, okay. So now, that part is finished. Now, let's move on to something a bit more simpler. This is in a case where you guys see here. So price didn't want to, price stopped and then came down, right? But when it went back up, it just broke it. It came back down, same level, and went up. So now we have another level here. And you'll pull it. Guys, sorry, just hold on. Hello? See. Guys, give me 1 second. Christine? Just open for my dad, please. It's fine. Will you get him that cup that I bought him? Yeah. Sorry guys, so we have this block, but what I want you to notice is it now looks, there's too many blocks now, right? Too many order blocks, too many zones coming in play here, right? So what I like to do is, I have two very important zones now marked out. We have the neckline, and we have this key resistance currently that we have. Né? So we already have now these two zones. Now, what I like to do is, instead of getting another zones, we'll get another pattern to see what's happening here. And we have ourselves a beautiful bear flag. Alright? And one indication how strong the selling power from the top is. The same rules apply with breaking out a pullback. Look here. So breakout, zero pullback. It just went. Zero retest to this line. So which is indicating also strong selling power. Okay. So instead of putting another zone in here to complicate your stuff, you have your two important levels, because you know if it breaks this level, the price is going up. If it breaks this level, we know if it keeps respecting us, this thing will drop. Okay. So we have that, and instead of now putting more order blocks and stuff in, we know we have our flag. Okay. Pretty straightforward. So three things: support and resistance zones. You want to do your chart patterns. And one more thing you can do is that you must note is that, can you see up this level here? It's a trend line, right? This is the top of the flag. But what is this actually? This is a resistance. So resistance doesn't just have to be in a flat area like this. This is a resistance as well, because price don't want to break through it. So this is seen as a resistance. This is seen as a support, because price didn't want to break through it until it did. So now we need to know, come for a pullback, it didn't. So this trend line is not even will be seen as a support, but not a strong one, because it has never been pulled back or retested. So no pressure was put on the bottom of that line again. So which means that this is a very, you can pull it, but the chances if this thing goes up that this line gets respected is very little. Right? You can't put your hopes on it, because this line has never been put under pressure. Like look how many times this zone has been put under pressure from sellers and from buyers, a lot of pressure, and it's showing us it's holding up, and so far technical analysis wise the market is coming down. Okay, so let's go to lower time frames where we will see a lot more data and where you guys can actually play around and get support and resistance zones. Before we do, I showed you now an example of a flag and the double top. I want to show you an example of the head and shoulders. So head and shoulders works like this. There's the one shoulder. It forms the head. Alright. Coming back up, there's the second shoulder. And now we have the neckline. And once this thing breaks, we know exactly the market has to come actually either to this level or to this level, because this could also be the start of it. And look what it did. So it came back all the way down. So if you sold, you know where to sell to, because this means this is a reversal pattern. So no longer bullish, especially once it breaks this neckline. It's no longer a bullish market, and price will continue down to this level at least before continuing up. Or even if it had to break it, it would have come down. Okay. So that is head and shoulders for you guys. Which means the price will reverse all the way back from where it started. It started from here. There's your head, your shoulder, head, shoulder. Came back all the way to your target where it started. So once you see this early, the key thing you want to look out for is this neckline. The neckline gets broken, it gets all the way back, retested, pulled back, and coming down, and this is where you can sell, and you know you're going to sell and TP at this level. Okay. So, those are the three important things I want you guys to take away from this session. So, any questions, any comments? I am watching the chat. No, lighter allemaal.
Ek het niks saamgebring. Ek het nie my lighter of sigarette gebring.
Oh, dis mooi. Ja, dis wat vir die chat. Justine, ek koop 'n lighter man. Haha. Ek was met wag toe. Aan die Kaap.
Frikkie.
Ja, want jy hou van Richie. Nee.
Okay.
Soos gou jou kwaad maak en vat jy sluk en sê ja, my fok frikkie.
Slukkie koffie.
Ja, maar die Richilo oefening.
Nee, dankie.
So, as you guys can see, it's pretty straightforward, but if you're new, go practice it. Trust me, it's not as easy as you think. No, you don't. When it's in a shells, you don't even use the fib. You don't even need the fib. Your important part is this level here, right? Because it breaks it. Can you see? It breaks it here, and then it comes back all the way, and then it stops. Now this neckline, it gets broken, pull back, it gets respected, and down you go. But once it reaches the level, it's no longer a valid neckline. You'll see it that respected here, but then it came back up. Why? Because the whole move has already happened. Shoulder, head, shoulder, finish. It's completed. So that's why you did see it rejecting the neckline, but then it just went up. And the price went up, came down like as if it doesn't exist, because this is no longer a zone anymore, because it has already completed it. So you don't need fib or anything else there. That is what you want to look for. So you want to wait for the pullback here, and you want to enter for the neckline. And if it does come up, you don't want to enter here for a sell, because look here, it doesn't get to that point, and it just turns on you. You need to sell the neckline. You wait for the neckline to get broken. It goes back to it, and if it stops and comes down, then you sell it. This has got nothing to do with the MSG method. This has got nothing to do with the MSG method. This is for you to identify important things that you can use within the MSG method. Waarom ga je niet?
Oh, ik ga naar rijden, die is gaan bezig.
Ja, so, dan gaan we klaar. Doesn't matter, you can find it anywhere. Like look, this is the 5 minute. You can find it on the 1 hour too. Met XM kan je in rand trade, euro, yen, Swiss franc en pond. En dollar, obviously. Waar is die lighter? Ja man. Nee, ek het geluid toe vat. Okay. But this is no longer a zone. And also what you can do is you can play around with trend lines, like you can see here. Okay, sharp. Ja, ek wil net as ek ook nog.
Ja.
So this is a channel that it broke out of, but look here, back in, bam, and then down, but now going back, stopping, and also coming down. So lower time frames also indicating for it to come down. And this whole area was just pure manipulation to show that this was a fake, but meanwhile this was the whole fake. Alright. But any questions regarding support and resistance zones, your key levels, trend lines, and then also your chart patterns. Nice, and the same with the double top or bottom. Yes, exactly the same for head and that works for the head and shoulders. The same also if you find head and shoulders in the opposite direction. Inverted head and shoulders. So basically this is where market will move down, and you'll see this, but at the bottom for it to come up. Let's see if we can find one. Here we go. So, this one did work out, but this one is a bit different. So, inverted head and shoulders, down, shoulder, head, right? Head there, shoulder. Can you see this one is not so accurate, but this counts, and your neckline is just there. which means price needs to go back up to here. But look what it did before it went. And the final blow was, it came to the neckline, didn't go below the neckline again, and then went up to complete it. So you can also see that as a head and shoulders. But sometimes it will confuse you when market does this, but just stick to the rule of it. Let's see if we can't find a cleaner one. No, this bull market is difficult to find inverted head and shoulders. Okay, but you guys get the point. So first things is, wait, look how the candle approaches that line. If it approaches that line and immediately you see like a wick start forming and then goes and closes the candle there, that's like your first sign of sellers like coming into like the trend line or targeting the trend line as well. And then the second one is if it breaks, and let's say it does break it and it comes back and it's a wick but the full body closed underneath your line, good indication that it's going to move down as well. So there's a lot of different. The only thing I use for any situation when price gets to a support or resistance, anything, is I watch how that 5-minute candle reacts when it gets to that level. And once I see, and I almost get us with a VIP group every day into a trade with the MSG method. I get levels, and then I see how that level, what that candle does when it gets to that level at first. First gets there, I want to see a type of rejection there and fast. It must touch it and then fast, make a small wick, and then it can come back to it, but the full body mustn't close below that zone. As long as the full body doesn't close there on the 5-minute for me, then I'm already confident enough to take the trade. Milsum, so basically down, right? We have more confirmation for down than up. But obviously the market can just open somewhere here above, right? But everything is telling us we're going down a bit more. The only thing that is complicating this to not know it for sure, there's so many things that was never retested. Like this neckline was never retested. This bear flag was never retested. So it can also, we might see one big retest. And if we have to pull our fib out, I mean, it's exactly here. So even we can see some sort of retest to there. And that is the golden zone and then come down. But for now, this is your key level. If market moves down, you know you're safe. Your stop loss is above, in the middle here, above all these weeks. If you go down, you know price will go down. If this thing starts breaking to the top side, you know we're probably visiting this area here. So it could go either way, but it has a higher percentage chance. Technically, I'm bad on my tongue. Technically wise, if we look at the technical analysis, it's showing a higher percentage of market moving down and then up. Okay. So how do you identify when market is in consolidation? It's currently in consolidation. I'll show you now why. So market is in consolidation now because it's just moving sideways. It's not like up, coming for a pullback, up, you know, coming for dip, and it doesn't want to rally up. So we're just seeing the sideways movement in between, like, yeah. So if we have this, currently we are, let me do this. Let's use this one. So there and there. So price is just consolidating now in this range here. Which is a big range, by the way. But consolidation, you identify where the market is moving sideways. Look on the 15 minute. It's not really going anywhere, it's just moving to the side. Prof, how much will the news affect the bearish market this week? I don't think it will affect it much. Because like, yeah, our news events are getting cancelled. NFP will only be next year. Where's that, where's that question again? How to identify a confirmation gap if you want to scalp on a trend line? You will see, can you see what I mean? You'll see rejection and candles doesn't close below it. So once you see this, then we go. So even in my VIP, they will tell you, we wait for this to happen. We don't enter it when it touches it. We want to see it come up above it, respect it and turn. Then we know we have a very higher percentage of ending our trade in profits than in a minus, because we at least waited and we got confirmation the price is going to turn there. So instead of just entering it there hoping it's going to turn, you don't want to enter a trade with the hopes that it respects it, right? You want to wait for it and you see rejection and then you go. Okay. So order block, very simple. The order block is there for you to leave you behind so that you don't enter positions. So let's find some order blocks. Find a nice example of an order block. Here's a nice example. Okay, so I hope you guys can see this. So you guys will see that this is wicks, right? Then the full body is there. So your order block will start here by the full body to the bottom of the wick here, and you pull it. Okay, so the reason for this, why this is called the order block, is price goes up and when it comes back down, what do we all do? We wait for price to reach this level to buy as low as possible. And what happens is, like this, you get left behind because you're waiting for it here on this level. You get left behind and then it buys off the order block. Right, so that is an order block right there. So a lot of people also, I know a lot of people put pending orders. They put pending buy orders at this level. And even here, like it wouldn't even have opened it. But this is a nice way of actually coming to fetch you. Like you got left behind, but then it came to fetch you afterwards. Okay, and then you went. And you can use this order block quite far. Like even if I have to pull this thing to the right, can you see how it would leave you behind now if you were waiting for this? So another nice example of an order block is, instead of you're putting a line in here, you want to buy here, because this is the head and shoulders, and showing it must come back to your line, right? So you put in a lot of pending orders here, you wait for market to get here, but it doesn't. It just touches, it goes into your order block. So your order block, full body candle, can you see, to the wick, and you draw it. Now you are no longer left behind. You take the buy, you are in. Okay, So another example is if you put your line in, right? You're going to wait for it to get to your line. Then it gets rejected to get to your line. So what this automatically does is, not only does it leave you behind, because you don't know what the order block is, it leaves you behind so that when it comes down, you're going to wait for it to come down because you're expecting it to come to this line, right? So it just creates that you just don't enter again. And like when you get to the bit more advanced level, you see like this is the golden zone on the fib. From there to there, look at the golden zone. So even if you're a bit more advanced, you start using your fib. Golden zone, full body candle closes above the 618. We know we're going up and we're going higher than that price. Why? Because the retracement, it's not the reversal of the market, it's just the retracement, and price will continue higher, right? So you don't even take this trade because you're scared because it hasn't come to your line. So you don't just miss out on one trade sometimes. You miss out on a lot of nice setups like this. But now, if I have my block in, like that, it rejected, I start buying it up. I know with my next trade at this level, taking my fib out, looking for a retracement, and I'm targeting this just because of this week here. I'm already entering over here and we're going up, and my TP will be higher than this level because that is what it's telling us. So an order block can not only miss you here, but it can make you miss out further. Okay, so this is a nice example of an order block. It's literally blocking you to enter buy position orders. Okay. I hope it makes sense. Ja, hier is eintlik die teenoorgestelde, maar dankie. Dit sal vat. Okay. Are you guys happy? Are you understanding? Now, go practice pulling in support and resistance zones. Go pull in, go pull in your other stuff. Let's take a support and resistance zone quickly. So I'm going to take it from this low to that low. I'm going to pull it through. So this is a support. Then it comes to break it, pulls back to it, and then comes down. Goes back to it, breaks it, comes down, up. And then manipulation up. So can you see now how you could buy here again? So support is, once it gets broken, it becomes the resistance. And look at this nice pullback you have here. It comes down, you can enter it, you target, comes back, it breaks it for you. It tells you it comes back, pulls back, and now this resistance turns into a support again and then up. Comes for the retest and then up. Full bodies don't close below. Retest again, up. Retest again, up. So this is now verified resistance for you. Up support. Okay. And if you're getting confused by this and you can't see through everything like I do, like if you can't see, okay, it breaks it, pulls back, comes down, breaks it back up, pulls back, respects it, goes up. If you can't see that in this madness, then what you want to do is just pump up the time frame. To a 1 hour, and you will see it looks a lot less car. So you can see this as well. It broke you had the support, and this was also like you can pull it, like have this data all the way from here. Support, and then it goes this, that. becomes a resistance, then becomes a support again, stays a support, breaks it, becomes a resistance, breaks it, support. So this is your support level. So on the 1 hour time frame, it looks a lot less confusing, and your next support level is this level here, where price turned. Okay. And I don't want to get too much into the moving averages because I have a video on YouTube specifically just for that. I want you guys to take away support, resistance, chart patterns, and your trend lines. If the 55 and 100 simple moving average strategy is literally on YouTube, it's under lives, né? Yeah, under lives. On our channel, under lives, you can look for the 5-minute strategy. And that whole video is regarding the moving average strategy. Alright. Okay. Waar? Ek verstaan nie maar hoe lang wil jy hou in 'n trade? En dis die ander ding. Wat ek nie verstaan is julle hou so lank hoekom? Julle is nie happy as gou $10 beweeg en jy $10 in gefeit met jou 0.01 nie. As julle gebaai in 'n orderblok waar ek kan nie sien, kom ons vat gou 'n orderblok. Dit hierdie maak nie eens my sin nie. Ons vat sommer 'n orderblok hier op die groter time frame. So hier kom jy na jou orderblok toe, nou baie en nou waar kom al jou baie uit? Boys only. As jy nou hier so baie, het jy orderblok en jy baie, waar kom al jou sel uit? Ja, maar hoeveel het hy nou nie opgegaan nie? Ek kan nie onthou waar ons het gewys nie. Was op die 5 minute. So ek het dit hier so gewys. Hier het ek het gewys. Praat jy van hierdie hele orderblok. So verstaan jy hoe groot is ek verstaan nie waar ek my uithaal nie. Jy kan eers identifiseer diese orderblok van hier af. So jy gaan eers wanneer pryse opgaan en hy begin draai, dan gaan jy kan jou orderblok intrek. So nou al baie om hier so, hoe kan hierdie week jou uithaal? Hoe? Hy breek aan nie jou orderblok nie. Hy breek aan glad nie as jou orderblok nie. En dan gaan hy vir head and shoulders en hy kom terug. Ek meen, en jy enter, hy breek jy jou orderblok nie. So waar hulle jou stoploos uit? Ek verstaan nie. Hier is die presiese zone wat ek gewys het. Ja, so jy order mos nou nooit hierso nie. Wanneer jy pryse nou begin afkom, dis wanneer jy orderblok intrek. En dan gaan jy hierso enter. Maar ek meen al enter jy hierso. Kyk gou hierso, van hier af 3966, 3976, $10 movement. Voordat hy weer inkom. Teen die tyd het ek al lankal profits gevat en runners gelos. Dan het hy my kom uit al op break even, man, ek kom weer geënter, want ek sien hy breek hom nie. Ja, nee, maar daai was nie 'n orderblokkie, daai was 'n support and resistance zone. Daai was 'n support and resistance zone gewees. Jy praat nou van die. Hierso waar jou hier uithaal. Maar nou as jy nou gaan mooi kyk, nou kom hy hierso in. Nou kan jy nou baie, nou gaan jy opraat. Definitief weer profit secure, want hierdie is 'n 200 pip move, 20.01. Nou kom hy af. 3966, 3976, $10 movement. Voordat hy weer inkom. Teen die tyd het ek al lankal profits gevat en runners gelos. Dan het hy my kom uit al op break even, want ek sien hy breek hom nie. Ja, nee, maar daai was 'n daai was 'n order blokkie, daai was 'n support and resistance zone. Hy het geen indikasie van stop nie. Hoekom sal jy hierso wil buy? Op so 'n candle, hoekom sal jy so wil buy? So, voordat jy jou orderblok klim, soos nou breek hy hom op, nou pull back hom. Nou sien jy rejection op jou candles. Ja, okay, hier begin die bull candles, ek kan inklim. Selfde jy, kom terug af. Yes, ek sien lekker weeks, ek kan inklim. Jy wag vir confirmation dat hy draai, dat hy daar breek. Jy sien, want as jy net gaan enter hierso, dan enter jy met die hoop, hy gaan hom respekteer. En kyk wat gebeur. As jy net wag, dan sal jy sien, jou candles vertel jou alles. So jy soek sulke tipe weeks, en waar jy wil sien hy draai om, want jy hoor persentasie kans dat hy jou gaan respekteer. Like, kom ons kyk toe hom gebreek het, né? Toe kom hy al die pad terug, kyk hierdie candle, ons sien 'n week, hy gaan hom respekteer, hier begin hy afkom, hier sê, okay, ons veilig om te sel, dis nou sy nuwe resistance. So jy moet net jou candles reg lees. Okay, anyways, ek het nou nog 'n live 8 uur met die VIPs. I'm going to greet you guys. The next session we're going to do is a bit more with the MSG method, specifically, which will probably be tomorrow night, 7 p.m.-ish. We'll decide, let you guys know during the day what time it is, but that tomorrow will be for the MSG method only, and we'll sort of throw in the 5-minute strategy with the moving averages, and we will do the FIB. We'll focus on the FIB and the MSG method and the 5-minute strategy. Again, okay, so that is for tomorrow night for the beginners. Ja, definitief boys, ou nie so, jy soek net eers, wag eers vir hy, moenie net enter nie. Jy te veel fear of missing out, FOMO. Wag vir hom. As jy jou agterlos is fyn, dan los jy jou agter. Die fucking mag hol die hele dag. Ja, kyk het jy weer later in jou zones. Okay. So, see you guys then on the live again, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. MSG method and the FIB. Two important things, and then we'll throw in the 55 moving average and the 100 moving average strategy. Alright, see you guys, bye.